morning. Good morning.
James Beaver, Brian Davis. James Beaver is Vice President Global Building Systems that is taking off by leaps and bounds. And Brian Davis is a homeowner and contractor. You recently built a 7,000, help me.
Yes, 7,000 livable space house in North Scottsdale.
Okay, a contractor and obviously building your own home. James, talk a little bit about Global Building Systems. We've had you on in the past, and it's those big white blocks of things that are connected with a metal piece.
Yes, ma'am.
Did I pretty much describe
that? Was a great description.
You did good. It was all this stuff here. It's called a thermal envelope.
Big white block with a piece of steel in the middle. In that thermal envelope technology.
And I could pick it up. It's so light.
It's your mother could pick it up. It's super light. It's super strong. We invented this a long time ago. We finally got some more patents since the last time we were on the show. We've got 4 patents now, about 65, maybe 70 claims. We talked about that. I told the shareholders a long time ago, this we invented, it'll be patentable. We got the patents, and now with that, if we build it, and we built one in Chino Valley, it'll have a HERS rating. It'll have an excellent HERS rating, which got a 5-star plus. And then the next plan was to build a house and make it net zero energy, which is what we did with this young man right here.
Is it like if they build it, they will buy it and come and live there?
It will, as soon as the economy turns around.
Yeah, I think it's going to take off, and it's very strong. So those folks in hurricane territory and tornado territory, and as you said, in the extreme heat of Arizona, this works.
It works very well. And here's the proof right here, this guy right here.
James, how is the word getting to the public? How are you promoting this?
Well,
this should be just a blanket coverage. You should just blitz the country with this.
You would think it'd be a no-brainer, but there's not any building going on to speak of. There's not. It's not happening with the housing giants. It's just, and until we get past the banking issues that we have here, just like you mentioned, the Yavapai County Fairgrounds, there was banking issues in that. But once we get past the banking issues here in this state and this country, you're not going to see a lot of building taking place. Everybody's pretty skeptical.
But this is an advantage. And Brian, why did you choose Global Building Systems?
I basically did the research on all types of materials or technologies you could use to make a house that would give you a good thermal envelope. Rammed earth, insulated concrete forms, SIP panels. I just researched all of them. I came to the conclusion that this would be the best. It would go up the fastest, and it would perform the best. That was the biggest factor in the end.
And you being a builder, this kind of cements the deal, doesn't it?
You knew what you were looking for.
Well, I took a lot of time, and it was just the one I had the most degree of confidence with. Yes, I'm in the construction business, so of all the ones I looked at, I thought this would perform the best, and that's what I was looking for at the best price.
And it goes up in a hurry.
Yes, it can go up very quickly. If you, depending on the complexity of the house, as you're going to see in the pictures, the house we built is a little bit more complex than the standard one. That has a few more roof lines, but as a general rule, yes, it can go up very, very quickly.
Oh, yes. We're seeing video right now of the construction of Brian's home and how quickly, give us how quickly, we keep saying quickly.
Well, on a different type of house, let's say like the one they built here in Chino Valley, 1,400 square feet, it can literally be framed in one day. So you could have the roof on and the walls up in one day. My house, because you can see the different roof lines, a lot of architecture going on there. There you're starting to see the foam panels. But the first floor went up basically in a day, and you can basically get the second level. But I had to build levels and steel and the concrete in between to support the rest of the structure. But as a general rule, a 1,400 square foot gable roof with 4 walls, one day you can have it framed.
Not necessarily speed, maybe not the most important element, but I know when someone's trying to build a home, usually it's a 90-day to 120-day project just to build an average size home, correct?
Sure. Well, framing can definitely take you every bit of, there's my boxer in there. Did you see my boxer? So, framing a house of 1,400 square feet could take you easily 35, 40 days. No problem. So to do it in basically one day, is impressive. Like I said, that house was different, but you can definitely do that on a house that size.
Does this technology amaze you? Because it amazes me, and I know Tanya was talking to James earlier before the program. A foam and steel, and there you go, and it works.
Well, it's so simple. The way it performs, and it's just so simple.
So many answers, as they turn out to be, usually are simplistic when you get to the answer of many problems and things you're trying to improve on. Now, as a contractor, when building continues and you're building more, will you indeed use this technology? How will you incorporate that in your business?
Well, without a doubt, when a house is built, we have to build per specifications. So if the person wants it built out of rammed earth, you build it. But we are working hard to change people's minds. I think when people see how this performs, I've got a couple months of empirical data now with my. I did a combination of things. I had solar panels on the roof, a modest amount. I used some real efficient air conditioners, split systems, and then the thermal envelope, which I think is the most important part. It all comes together, and you have a very efficient house. You can have power bills literally
This could be the poster house for global.
Well, we think it will be, and we had the hottest month on record last August in the history of this state. His electric bill was $17.25, and not to mention he air conditioned his garages.
That's amazing. James, Brian, please stay with us. When we come back from a short commercial break, more about global building systems. You stay right there.
James Beaver and Brian Davis with us. Brian, one of the special things I think that happened during this whole process, Scottsdale has a green certification program. You busted the bubble on this thing, didn't you?
Yeah, they give you an inspection checklist, and they take into account what kind of piping you use, what kind of obviously insulation in the walls and the roof and everything. An entry-level house gets 50 points. An advanced-level house gets 100 points, and on this particular house, they gave us 181 points. So yeah.
Don't burst my bubble. Just don't burst my bubble, Brian.
That is incredible. This is such cutting edge, James, and as Tanya said, it needs to get out, because this is what the whole world is talking about, is this kind of a building program.
The world's talking about it. We're starting to talk about it more here in Arizona. Energy's changing again. Politics are changing again. We finally have a house that's 7,000 square feet. A guy watches his electric bill every minute, even from his smartphone. He can do amazing things all over the world. Here are the facts. Here's the electric bill. He will get credits from APS. He'll be making money. He'll be looking at the payback on the monies that he spent.
There's your house payment. What you're saving in your electric bill.
It's at least a car payment.
At least a car payment.
It's at least $400 or $500 a month.
That's your car payment.
It's free car.
Well, any and all of us that have lived in the state of Arizona, this is a dream come true, because our refrigeration bill is really what eats us up for probably 8 months of the year. Correct, Brian?
Yep. Yeah, I think when you look at the average household, a lot of people think they spend all their money on gasoline. When you take a household energy, you probably spend a fourth of your, if you're an average commuter that goes to a job, a fourth of your money gets spent on gasoline. The other 3/4 is heating, cooling, keeping your lights on, running your pool pump and everything else. So if we can get houses with good thermal envelopes, a little bit of solar on them, you can get, if every house in Arizona had a thermal envelope with a little bit of solar on it, how much would we cut down on the power consumption here?
James, is this too simplistic? Is the answer here so simplistic, which I tend to simplify things, and the answer is so simplistic? Is that one of the reasons? Will we have a difficult time getting the industry to wrap their arms around something that is?
It's getting ready to it's getting ready to take off. It's getting ready to launch. We're talking to new companies today. We had meetings this past week.
So they're open for this now.
They're open for it. They're becoming more open. A lot of the companies now are coming to us going, hey, when this green takes place, when it launches, we want to be involved with GBSI. We want to be a partner.
You know what, gentlemen? I think sometimes we are doing this a little bit too much. We're putting green on everything. I'm not opposed to that. But we put the word green on almost everything that we devise today. It's not just necessarily green. It's common sense.
It's common sense, and common sense got taken out of the equation a long time ago.
Yes.
Sure did.
Obviously, we're using it in residential, but can we build skyscrapers with this kind of technology?
We can do commercial. In fact, one of our sister companies, Metal Well, down in Peoria, is very close to signing a contract on mute walls, which are the sound walls that go on highways. And they've been working on that for a year and a half, so that's getting ready to be a big deal. A mute wall made out of this technology. It's incredible.
Soundproof.
James, always great to have you. Brian, we neglected to say what company. You're a contractor?
Garrison Engineered.
Excellent.
We're a Cave Creek-based company.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
This thing's taken off.
That's going to be my new home.
When?